Assalamu alaikum, you're watching Pivot and I'm your host Dr. Talat. In today's program, we are discussing about Belt and Road Initiative, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor and its regional implications. Since the beginning of this concept of Belt and Road Initiative and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, we have seen that there are forces which have some kind of hostility to the project. Though Chinese in Chinese context, it is a win-win cooperation. It's a shared destiny, and it is something to be shared with the developing world. Not only around China, but it's across 3 continents, and it's going to benefit more than half of the population of the globe. So it's very important to see various facets of Belt and Road Initiative and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. It's important to discuss those impediments or potentials that it has. We have with us a very senior and a scholar from China who has visited here with regards to an international conference, Dr. Jianying, and who is a senior research fellow, and he is a PhD in history, and he comes from Institute of China's Borderland Studies, and which is part of Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. Welcome, Dr. Xu.
Oh, thank you.
Dr. Xu, first of all, I would like to know what is the broader concept of Belt and Road Initiative?
About the BRI is broad concept, I think it is very important. As we say, the BRI, there are three characteristics. The first, the B, is a belt. So it means the 20th. This is the ancient Silk Road economic road. Another is the 21st century maritime Silk Road economic belt. So that means this is 2 directions. But at the last, this is I. That means just initiate. So I think this is reflected the beginning, the primary hot thoughts. It just want to show the direction, the belt and the road. We just want to, I think, to get the Asia developed together. So this is maybe the very important contents.
When we talk of Belt and Road Initiative, we actually discuss various implications. For example, since President Xi Jinping says it is a win-win cooperation between the developing countries, and but the world says may be different. But what do you think? What are the global economic implications of Belt and Road Initiative?
I think this BRI is a very important concept for the win-win cooperation about China. I think you say presently for China, we just think in Asia we need more development, especially on the economy. So when we in my opinion, China's want to development, we must keep the ourselves development with the other countries along the side, along the route. BRI, I mean BRI, other countries along the B and R. So it's very important. By this way, maybe we can get a win and we together. You say we know maybe we can see many countries along the belt and the road is developing countries. We need development. So in the past 40 years, China has its own development experiences. I think only through the development, maybe we can get more we can get the people, live them better, give the country more stronger. So that's I think this is very important for the win-win cooperation.
Okay. When you Chinese say it's a win-win cooperation, right? They say it's a project of prosperity and it will connect the continents, it will connect the regions, it will connect the countries. So this concept is not, very much liked by the Western people who, undermine this project. They say it's not win-win cooperation. It is in fact China trying to increase its strategic influence. So why do you think why the Western thought leaders they undermine this win-win cooperation theory?
This is a very interesting maybe phenomenon. As I know, maybe the win-win concept is early, put forward by the Western countries. But presently, they think other way. They even want to undermine their win-win, this concept. Why there were some Western countries undermine the win-win concept? I think the implication, in my opinion, maybe I think in the past, maybe some Western countries, they have their own advantage, especially industrial and technology and education. So they have some kind of maybe superior feelings. They also want to keep such kind of situation and maybe get their countries in a more good position. But presently, when we say China and our developing countries, also we need development. So when we development, we want to get the win-win cooperation. We want to realize this aim, but maybe it will reduce the gap maybe between the developed countries and the developed countries. So some Western countries may feel otherwise. So that's maybe the point.
Yes.
They want to do such kind of things.
Yeah. Maybe when we talk of developed world, I think this China is not able to advance this narrative of win-win cooperation. Is it so? China has to, tell the world, developed world, no, it's a win-win cooperation. We want to see a prosperous world. We want to see prosperity in the developing world. So this narrative has to be advanced. Do you think?
I think in China's or in my opinion, I think we China want to maybe the world prosperity, have the prosperity together. Especially, at least we think maybe the Asia countries we can get the prosperous together. This is maybe great ideas. I think that's why we hold this win-win concept and hope get it practiced.
Okay. Dr. Xu, I have to take a short break here. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back. Dr. Xu, I was just asking about the BRI. Now let's talk about CPEC. What you expect, what benefit or what are the gains that Pakistan and China expect from CPEC?
Yeah, this is a very good question. I think the CPEC is very important for both of our countries. For China, when we development, we put forward the construction of CPEC. That means we hope to continue our good traditional good relationship, friendships, especially from the western part of China and Pakistan. In the 1970s, from that time on, we have constructed the China-Pakistan highway, Karakoram highways. So that is not only our friendship, how to say, the saying of the friendship, but also very important economic connections. Now, so presently we continue to this tradition. We just constructed the CPEC. For China, Xinjiang, we can, you see, we can get a very good way to broaden or opening to the how to say outside the world. You know, in Xinjiang, we have nearly 26 such kind of port to we want to get it opened to the neighboring countries. But among them, the most important is the CPEC because we have the good base, traditional base. So if we can finish the construction of the CPEC, maybe for China Xinjiang, we can get more people to go to the Pakistan for travel, for study. Maybe we can also get China's food. Not food, some goods can transport it through this way. It's a very short route. So that's very important. These are, I think, is also this CPEC, the CPEC can also help China's Xinjiang to develop more, how to say, more quickly, especially for southern Xinjiang. It's very important. Other for the Pakistan, I think it's also very important because we know Pakistan and China Xinjiang, we are both how to say, we are connected together through the Karakoram mountains. So if we are good friends, we have the very great relationship. But if we or the how to say or transportation cannot get very freely, I think it also will not stop, just make us the people's exchange and the cultural exchange and economic exchange is difficult, not so smoothly. If we just go through the marine routes, that's very difficult and a very long way. So this is a very direct and short and also is a strategic place for our two countries. So the Pakistan's goods can also can be transported to China Xinjiang directly. For example, we know China Xinjiang is far away from the sea. Many people live there. They like to see some seafood, sea fish. If we just transported the seafood from the Gwadar or Karachi port directly to China's Kashgar and Xinjiang, I think it is maybe a good. We can get a very good market. Even maybe we can also to transport it. Transport the sea fish to the western provinces like Gansu and Shanxi provinces. So this is very important. Another, and maybe there are also some other products from Pakistan. For example, so many fruits produced in Pakistan can also transport it directly into Xinjiang.
Okay.
So the Xinjiang people can enjoy the beautiful, delicious foods here.
Dr. Xu, I just would like to ask you one important thing. You know, when we began with this mega project CPEC, we had certain countries, you know, like it's a project that we looked for you know, development of our infrastructure, maybe improvement in energy crisis that we had in Pakistan. But we saw in the beginning of the project, and even now, India is not happy about this project. And they have been citing that, you know, since this project goes through a disputed territory, so it's not a viable project. So why is India so hostile to this project? Why is India not happy about it?
This is also, I also met some scholars from India, they also talk about such things. They think they are feel maybe unhappy about the construction of CPEC. But in my opinion, I think this is a how to say when China put forward the BRI, we have tell the world what's our meaning. We just want to get the win-win cooperation along with all the countries, along the Belt and Road. So the economic cards maybe are very important, maybe the core things. So we just to how to put our idea, the win-win idea into practice. So I think this is China and maybe Pakistan's this or affairs. If other countries they have some how to say maybe idea differently from this. China government also says the BRI is open. We can also imagine the joint. So in my opinion, maybe we can care. We shouldn't care too much. When we do anything, it's not so easy. Maybe the world is so big. There are so many different voices. But anyway, we just do what it is benefit to the people of Asia, to people, to the world, and certainly it also helpful to our countries. That's very important. We are open.
Dr. Xu, there's a time for short break. We'll be back after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Dr. Xu, you explained a bit about CPEC actually having a very positive impact on the development of Western China, that is Xinjiang.
Yeah.
What do you expect CPEC impacting? How do you expect CPEC impacting Western China and Xinjiang province?
I think just now I have also mentioned this. I think this is very important for the western part of China's development, especially for Xinjiang. You know, Xinjiang is located in the deep Eurasia. So when we how to say when we want to get it more open, the CPEC under Pakistan is also very important way. Corridor to the world. So in Xinjiang we have also so many products. We can also get it how to say exported through the CPEC. For example, we have also some fruit, dry fruit. We have some industrial products and even some personal services. So we can also serve to the CPEC construction and serve to the maybe to the other countries through the CPEC. Most important maybe on some of the some products, or for example, some for oil and gas, maybe we can also transport it through CPEC to China, Xinjiang. It will help Xinjiang to develop. For example, as I know, in China, Xinjiang, some Kashgar and Kurle and maybe even Urumqi, the cities they are preparing. They are ready to want to get more cooperation economically, culturally with the Pakistan and other countries around it.
Okay, an important question, Dr. Xu, that you know, since 5 years we have this project on, and what do you think? You are happy with the progress made on CPEC, and what are your suggestions for that matter, if any, with regard to progress of CPEC?
As I know, the CPEC will have get it practiced for nearly 5 years. About the 22 programs, some have finished, the construction finished, and some are nearing finish completion. So I think it's very important. Some maybe they have play an important role to the Pakistan's development. For example, maybe some energy and transportation. But anyway, I think this is the first stage. These 5 years, nearly 5 years. Presently, we know we have started so many projects. We have also finished some. But in my opinion, on one hand, we should make some maybe how to say, we can do some more work to make some investigation. That means how can we do it better? How can we let the project finish more better? How can we make it play its real roles for Pakistan people, also for China's Western Xinjiang. Based on this, I think we know presently we also say the leaders from both of countries we have entered the second stage. In the second stage, I think on one hand we should strengthen the construction of the economic. But economy is very important for both Pakistan and China's western part. This is the base for our more development. So we must pay much attention to it. But on the other hand, I think we should pay more attention to the some soft maybe influences. For example, language education. For both Pakistan people and Chinese people, we should learn each other's language. This is the best way for we can get understand easy and better. Another we can get our more how to say cultural exchanges, educational exchanges, let the common people to know each other countries better. For example, in my opinion, I think also the best countries, best friendship countries, we must let our common people to know each other better.
Okay. Last question, Dr. Xu. I just want, since you were here on an international conference, what role do you see for the think tanks in Pakistan or in China who can advance? How can they advance cause of Belt and Road Initiative and CPEC? What specific role you see for them?
I think the dialogue from the think tanks are very, very important. This time, the China-Pakistans have the think tank dialogue. I think we have got many different ideas. We have heard many different opinions. We have also think about it more than before. So I think this is a very good way. This time, many Chinese scholars from different universities and think tanks come to Pakistan, and we have a very good dialogue. I think this way can help us to think and to more exactly, more reasonably, maybe more usefully how to construct the CPEC and how can make the way for the future to better.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Xu. You came to our show and you discussed very important issue with regards to Belt and Road Initiative and CPEC. Viewers, this was very important discussion, and we had a Chinese scholar here and who discussed in detail as to how we can work on CPEC projects, how can we progress with CPEC, and what are various factors that impact the project at the moment, and what are the impediments, what are the opportunities, and what is the real potential of the project. Until next week, Allah Hafiz.